These are the must-visit stops for that daily cup of joe. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best coffee chains in the US. For this list, we're ranking the most popular and consistent coffee chains with franchise locations in the United States. These Java joints don't necessarily need to be exclusive to the US, but they do need to be firmly entrenched in the public consciousness as a solid place to score that first cup of the day. Number 10. Dutch Bros Coffee. There are quite a few coffee corporations on this list, but Dutch Bros Coffee is one of the few to boast private ownership. In fact, this Oregon-based company has managed to expand to over 300 brick-and-mortar franchises in just 7 West Coast states. It's not too shabby considering only employees and existing franchisees are allowed to open up their own Dutch Bros location, making this chain one tightly run organization. So if you're ever out west and jonesing for a good cup of joe, then why not head to Dutch Bros and try one of their flavored brews, or just pick up some DB cups to go. Number 9. Dunn Brothers Coffee. The next coffee chain on our list is centered primarily in Minnesota and the American Midwest, where the Dunn Brothers coffee brand has expanded to include over 70 locations in 10 states. Quality and freshness are what make Dunn Brothers locations stand out for their clientele, as customers are able to take home bags of beans that are roasted in-house every day. This, combined with the Dunn Brothers brand's commitment to brewing their fair trade certified coffee in small batches, means that customers get a fresh cup all the time, every time. Number 8. Gloria Jeans Coffees. Gloria Jeans Coffees was first established in Chicago back at the tail end of the 1970s, but it's since grown to become a franchise boasting over 1,000 locations in countries around the world. The company possesses a presence in both the retail and brick-and-mortar environments, as Gloria Jeans supplies a number of K-Cup flavors to supermarkets, while also operating independent franchise locations. The company has also participated in a number of philanthropic ventures, while at the same time fending off criticism for the nutritional content of its sugary and indulgent line of flavored coffees. Number 7. McDonald's. There's always been coffee available at the Golden Arches, but over the past 2 decades, the fast food heavyweight has introduced their coffee house chain, McCafe, in franchises around the world to huge success. Designed to compete with the espresso coffee giants of the world, McCafe was first experimented with in Australia in 1993, and the concept caught on immediately, quickly growing to over 35,000 locations worldwide.
Hey Jack, that was a really good flat white. Thanks, mate.
By offering specialty and iced drinks, smoothies, and baked goods, McDonald's has become a top player in the coffee world. So next time you're craving a Big Mac, kill 2 birds with 1 stone and get your caffeine fix while you're at it. Number 6. The Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. Can't decide whether you want coffee or tea? Then why not get you a chain that can do both? The Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf is just that, a company founded back in the early 60s by Herbert Hyman and his wife Mona, who first fell in love with coffee after spending their honeymoon in Sweden. The Coffee Bean is most well known for their popular line of ice-blended drinks, while the Hymans have received credit for their role in expanding the coffee industry into a gourmet direction. Currently, franchise locations for the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf can be found in 30 countries, with its most prominent US focus being the West Coast.
Are you with me or against me?
Am I with you? We're in a f***ing coffee bean here, Ari!
Number 5. Peet's Coffee. Dark roast coffees may be an acquired taste for some, but the next chain on our list, Peet's Coffee, has made a career out of catering this brand of brew to its customers. The chain is focused primarily on the West Coast, although some Peet's franchisees have tried their luck as far east as Massachusetts, a land ruled by another famous chain we may mention later on this list. Peet's Coffee became a hit on college campuses in the early days of their business, and today features almost 200 retail locations, all of which owe their success to founder Alfred Peet's search for the perfect roast. Number 4. Seattle's Best Coffee. Do you find the atmosphere in your local Starbucks to be snobby or stuffy, or the coffee too bitter? Then perhaps you may find this subsidiary company more to your liking.
Valerie, even though you're a Starbucks girl and I'm a Seattle's Best guy, I know we can focus on the things we have in common.
Seattle's Best Coffee didn't start life under the Starbucks banner, despite boasting similarly humble origins in Washington state. The small company did a remarkable amount of business early on, before eventually being sold to Starbucks in 2003, where it currently exists as a comparatively relatable and blue-collar brand of coffee. A smooth flavor is what Seattle's Best prides itself on within its branding, harkening back to its roastin' roots from the late 60s. Number 3. Caribou Coffee. The Minnesota-based chain Caribou Coffee has been through some challenging times in the past, including turning over 80 franchised locations into Peet's brand stores between 2013 and 2014. Still, the flavorful and fun coffee brand features stores across the upper Midwest, while also boasting an international presence in over 10 countries. This success might be due to the variety of flavor combinations present within Caribou Coffee's hot and iced brews, as well as their successful line of K-Cups that stock supermarket shelves clear into the East Coast. Number 2. Starbucks. You see them on almost every street corner as an integral part of your morning coffee ritual. They're called Starbucks, a place millions of Americans visit without fail on a daily basis. There is a remarkable amount of brand loyalty when it comes to Starbucks customers, with many refusing to frequent any other coffee chain for their AM caffeine. The company's product has always enjoyed a reputation of being a bit strong and intense, a fact that may have influenced the introduction of Starbucks Blonde Roast in 2011, a smoother and more balanced brew designed to appeal to the average coffee drinker's palate.
I'm having lunch with Irv. I'll be back at 3. I'd like my Starbucks waiting.
In preparation for this list, I may have had one too many cups of coffee, so apologies if I'm a little wired. But we've still got one more to go, and it's not Starbucks, so any idea what it is? Well, before we pour ourselves a mug full of our number 1 pick, let's see what the honorable mentions have in store for us.
They understand hard work. They understand if something is going to be special, you got to go outside the lines and outside the box.
From bean to cup.
DJ's Coffee of New Orleans is enjoyed daily in every neighborhood across the city.
Number 1. Dunkin Donuts. We've mentioned a lot of coffee franchises on this list, but none of them possesses a sense of cultural identity quite similar to that of Dunkin Donuts.
Where else can I get breakfast and the perfect stocking stuffer?
You want to talk real customers? Kid, that's me. I'm like the mayor of Dunkin'. This is the face of Dunkin' Donuts right there.
The company is an East Coast institution, particularly in New England, where their frequency rivals that of a Starbucks anywhere else in the country. The atmosphere of a Dunkin' is approachable and working class, offering brews in a variety of roasts and flavors, as well as their famous cold creation known as a coffee culotta. Dunkin' Donuts also serves as a popular fast food spot, serving up breakfast and lunch throughout the day to its legions of fanatical followers.
Best part of my day is when I'm at Dunkin'. You think that's sad?
Yes, very.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.